Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But here we are. How's it going? How is it going, everyone? Um, let's get straight into it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Here we go. Okie dokie. Quickly scan the 15-minute chart. So we went into an old opening range gap here yesterday until 11 o'clock, 10:45. We did not go to the bottom of the opening range. I'll show you the opening range. It's this one, so another old one from 22nd of January. So it's always important to keep them in your chart. Oh, let me switch off my phone. It's too much noise. There we go. Sorry about that. I want to check the hourly to see if there was a gap. So you see on the hourly here still, we just have wicks, right? We entered this old one with just wicks, so we're not done yet here. And we also have one here below, and I have another one remaining somewhere here lower. So we have a lot of room to the downside still on the higher time frame, so shouldn't be much of a surprise. So I missed the move to the downside yesterday. Let's see what we're gonna get. I'm gonna leave this on the 15 for now. I haven't had much time this morning I had to deal with some workers with the roof again. So on the 4 hour, we're here in this. I'm gonna see this inversion here, or this. It's not an inversion yet. We cannot call it an inversion, but we have a nice fair value gap here. Equal lows. 736. Where is that? You see these equals? 736. Okay. Happy to see you guys again. I'm so sorry I'm late. My apologies. Pum, pum, pum. Just checking out a few things. Okay, let's have a look at the weekly. It can go all off. I need to. Okay, just have a look at the weekly right now. Where are we at? What are we doing? So this was last week. We have a wick. We wicked all the way up here into this wick here. And we rejected and we went down, right? That was the down move of yesterday. And we wicked into this area already here. Now we're also at the month end. We are at 30th of January, so it's also important to look at the month. It's the last day of the month, and it's Friday as well. So we have a TGIF on the weekly, and we could look at the TGIF of the monthly as well. Interesting, interesting. I'm just gonna see where we at the monthly candle. Hold on. TGIF. 20, 30, 40. We're already below that. So let's turn it around. Okay. Let me switch off the fan, by the way. Too much noise. Uh, okay, okay, okay. You see, the monthly did exactly the same as the weekly, right? It's interesting. Same structure. Yeah, wicked over this, and we went into this wick here. Um, for, that looks like continuation. Continuation. What do we have here? Volume and balance. Okay, let's see where we're gonna go. I'm gonna mark this here. I'm just gonna use this width. Now where? Oh, I said those equal. We have equals here at almost equal at 737. Let's see. We're gonna get those. Where's 737? It's right over here, right? Okay. Um. I'll go over gold as well. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. What did my macro do? I haven't even watched my favorite macro. Well, I say favorite every time, but it's not really, but it's my important macro. We're 150. It's just, it's just a habit. 150, 210. Here we go. Now, what did we do? We created a low into an inversion, into a N walk. We inverted. Is it a very, do I like is it really bullish structure or not? Is it weak? You see how many, again, and again, it's doing it over and over. All these candles with gaps, wickless candles, wickless, 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 wickless. Am I trusting the short now? No, not at all. Not yet, not yet. What time was this low? 156. Where's 2? So 2 is around here. 2:01, 2 o'clock. It's here. Okay. 130. Okay, this is the significant one here. We want to watch if price can go up here. Let's see if price can go up here. I'm just going to use this one for now. Just want to see if we can get over this line here. Let's see, we can make it over or not. Am I doing it correctly? Yeah. I mean, look, if you look at the how you're, I mean, we are in this 4-hour busy, right? You see that? So we're sort of like, we expect price to hold here, but we have equal lows here on the 4-hour as well. We've got a nice little, another volume imbalance. The question is, when we go further down, when? It doesn't look like we're done yet, right, to the downside. Okay. Hey Vincent, how are you doing? How's it going? Where are you at in the world? Share your thoughts. I would love to hear your analysis. I have a short bias. I'm just wondering if I just missed it. 234. I think we cannot, if we can't make it up from here, we are definitely short bias. But I just don't like all these gaps again. But I think we might be done. Let me go back to the 15 quickly, see if I miss anything. Hey, the real DC trader, how's it going? See, also here 1, 2, and then we went lower. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're gonna expand to the downside, right? I mean, it could be wrong, but yeah. Okay, so we took the equal lows. Just get to give you a like and say good night. Hey, M2, thank you so much. Hey, Abdul, how are you doing? Long time no see. Are you okay? How's it going? How is it going? We're just going on. The real DC trader going well. Thank you, Lord. Hoping of soon, but I had to swing by. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I love you guys. Okay. I think we're going to expand to the downside. 684. I'm going to pay first trade. I'm just 684. We took out those lows. 684. This will be my TP here. Oh, taken out. I made a mistake. See, I made a mistake already, but okay, 684 is my TP. Just see if everything is working, guys, as well. You don't think that the London pre-session going to clear the low of the Asia consolidation up? Well, I'm looking at the 4-hour candle here, and I think we're going to get a little bit of an expansion to the downside because we are here at the, we almost are through this fair value gap, and I do think we're going to go a little bit lower in this wick, but I could be wrong. It might be too early. It looks like we're ready to move to the downside a little bit more. You know, with this Abdul, with this price action, I'm just taking it step by smaller. I've come to the conclusion that I cannot look for my larger moves like I normally do. I have to narrow it down a little bit. So I'm just looking at like, okay, here I see 0.5. I'm like, okay, that matches up with another fair value gap that I highlighted as a fair value gap of importance, and it matches with my 0.5. So I'm like, you know what? If we are going to break here, but on the other hand, we just took those equal lows, I'm sorry. So we could have another move to the upside before going down. It's still early, right? It's 240, but I'm also seeing this gap here. So I'm wondering like, okay, look how it's getting sort of like heavy, right? But hey, it could easily spike back up and then not do it because still warming up here. I want to have a better look on the higher time frame. I need to have a look. Yeah, okay, I'm being stopped out again. Yeah. Yeah, so those equal lows were Asia lows. I see what you mean, Abdul. I see what you mean. Hey, company man call. I don't think we're going to go Asia high today. But I'm still bearish. Still bearish. Still bearish. Still bearish. Yeah. We'll see. Let's see how it's going to how it's going to. I'm watching this 0.5 here for now. See, 684 is still my TP, where I would take what I would take, or what I would to to so to. Okay, let's see if we can get a better entry. Weekly open. Zero point two five. Ba, ba, bum. Let me quickly have a look at gold. I think we can wait until the next macro to see what price, if it wants to go into this fair value gap, maybe. I think I'm missing some information. Hold on. Are you? Oh, guys, I can't wait. Like, I need a fresh start with trading, like next new month or something. I can't wait for the contracts are almost done. It's a lot of paperwork with American companies, I tell you that. But it's all everything is tied down very neatly, so that's good. We like that. Hopefully, then 767, 767, 767, 767, 767. So I don't see any bullish structure here. It's just still, I think I really want to see it go into here, and then maybe I'll do another, I'll try another short, but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Unless it drops now. I can't. But I want it to go in here, and then maybe we have a nice open. Yesterday's low. Where's yesterday's low? Where is yesterday's low? Oh, that's here, right? I don't know. I'm just taking it step by step, I guess. I think 767. I wonder if they're going to do it very slow in London today. So you see, you know what? If it might drop now without going into this fair value gap, could happen. And then we might miss it, for example. So if it would drop now and I'm not in it, then it's leaving this open, right? I'm thinking like, okay, then it doesn't go to those yesterday's lows, for example. And then at some point in pre-market, it goes back to here. And then later on, it goes to those previous day lows, right? So a scenario like that. So now 767. So it's hard to enter if you're not in already right now, right? Then we just have to wait. 767. So it's frustrating when you see the you know, you can tell where it's going, but you can't find the entry. So it's frustrating, but it's okay. So you see why we're going so slow, because of the wick, right? Again, because we're working our way down into the wick. 247. And also, I wouldn't mind, to be honest, if it goes all the way back up and tags into this fair value gap here, like, because it didn't do that here. If it would do that, I would go, that would be a short, and I would just enter on everything, if that would be the case. I do like this area for a, you see, this is actually a very important area. We did not tag into, let's see what happens. I'm not taking the long, I'm gonna wait. If this scenario plays out that we get tagged, if this, are they retesting this here, then I am definitely going short. So I guess it could be a long to here. That's very frustrating. It happened to me. I was expecting the huge bearish move, and it bolted with me. Yeah. Hey, listen. Same for me. I didn't get the move either. But hey, listen. In hindsight, if you start journaling it and look for all those signals, because there were enough signals. Actually, there were. And then next time you can prepare yourself. And we went over it with. It's just Haney. how many signals there actually were if you are really into the algo and look at like, what did it not do all the time, right? So but then it was still hard to enter because it was a sudden drop. So but hey, listen. And also what I will do this weekend as well, I will go over, like for example, you missed the first part of the move. Now, okay, how could you still get in after the second part of the move? Because once it's going, you're sort of like, oh my god, it's happening, and I was too distracted to look into it. But you know, there's also ways to take part of the move. But um, yeah, after the first in price respected it, and I went short immediately. Yeah, you have to be very fast and to know what you're looking for, then you can still take part of that move. But if you're distracted, I had internet issue. I had like issues with TradingView. I had issues with OBS before I got on. I was just one step behind everything all the time. So at some point, I was just like, okay, you know what? Never mind. It's okay. And then I looked at gold, and gold. I mean, it was just whatever. But I was a little bit upset about it. I actually was. But let's see, guys. New day, new prices, and any loss or any miss, we make it a win by study it in hindsight. That's a luxury we have, right? So, so every win and every loss that we didn't take, or every losing the trade that we did not take, let me put it that way, we turn into a win in our mind. So we make it a positive, right? Okay, what time is it? 2:51. 2:51. 2:51. It will be too easy, right, if we have a short right now. So we are, maybe it is a short just now. Maybe I'm overcomplicating things. 2:51. I'm just gonna wait. I just want more confirmation. Okay, here it's on again, right? I don't know. It just I guess you didn't hear me the 90-minute cycle. I guess you lost me there, yeah. I have no idea something is happening. I This is another mic. I'm gonna put. I wonder what's going on. Test, test. Okay, this is the norm. This is just my the mic of my computer. Does this work? I'll just leave it on this mic. Is this okay? It's not perfect, I know, but it's better than the other one. Is this better, guys? Do you hear me? Let me know. I'm gonna. Let me just watch. As a side note, am I Ola because you have to monitor so many things beside the chart? Well, this is just the mic of the laptop, but I guess is it much better? Oh my god. Okay, so the microphone, there's something wrong, I guess. Okay, we'll keep it like that, but it's not. It's not. It should be better, but we'll see. Okay, at least you guys hear me. Well, thank you, company man Carl. But yeah, as a YouTuber, you are okay to have those flaws, but at some point, you know you have a few. You have to work with them, and then you find out, and you improve, and it takes time. But at some point, you need to get it right, especially if you keep on streaming. But yeah, you learn a lot. Nothing beats all these. Yeah, I guess all these stuff. But let's see. So we 250 we went in. We did not. We're not really running. So let's see. I wonder if we are just gonna drop now. Yeah. 3 o'clock. New hourly candle. $3. Make another low. So my TP will be here for now. I asked about 90. Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was actually asking, talking about 90-minute cycle. Yes, I do look at them, but I look at more time frames as well. So not only the 90-minute cycles, but I do think there's value in them. If it helps you compartmentalize frames of time, and a lot of people do use those cycles. Do you use them? Hey, DBT. Yeah, so for me, like I said, this is my area of watching. Why? Because we're at the zero 0.5 of this wick. And I just want to see if we blast through it, then we know. If we're going to blast through it, then obviously those lows and are in play. But I really want to watch. That's why I would have had a short up to here and reassess. So right now I would reassess here. So this is 0 0.5 of that wick. It matches up with a high value, fair value gap that I marked earlier. And so I've got two confluences here. So for me, my trade would have been up to here. But I wouldn't, we might get an opportunity. We go back higher, maybe tag into here and then have another short. So not too worried. Okay, we are at 0 0.5. Now we are, look, we are distributing. It's a distribution candle, so yeah, I see us. Okay, I'm going to go in a paper trade long here. I'm still short bias, but I'm just going to. I think this is a fair trade for me to. Here, this will be my trade. Paper trade. Guys, I'm just. I use for framing minor, and yeah. But I also noticed that in London they're not so specific. I use them more in the pre-market and in New York session. What are your thoughts on that, company man? So I'm still short biased, but I do think that we're going to use the rest of the macro to the upside. Abdo, I like the for the London and New York for the London and you're using them in London as well. Okay, so you find the value. Okay, I'll look into it more into London. I sort of like start looking into them more for the AM cycle for the pre-market. I have 70 to 30% long bias for today. Um, 70 to 30 long bias. Okay, I already see what I did wrong in this analysis. Okay, you know what? Why it's wrong? We already went into this fair value gap here at 2 in a macro. Then we had this gap, and we filled this gap with this move already, so it's done. It doesn't need to go up. So we're going to continue lower now. What is your poppy? It's okay, my love. Oh, it's okay, Popo. Ah, just not on board. Okay, I have to close the door. Mm-hmm. We're going to get nice expansion now to the downside. Um, so I'm not really eager to enter. Why? Because we also have a monthly midpoint here at 25,675 ish. So I'm just the best entry would have been in Asia already, right? Or just at midnight, before midnight, because that's where we hit the retracement to the upside, and then we trickled down. And then at 2, there was another good entry just before 2. I wasn't behind the laptop, and now it's just I'm just a little bit hesitant because we're around that 50%. We're around the midpoint of a monthly, which is also a very important. So that's why you can see it's sort of like stalling here. Pum, 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 pum.
fair value gap after thing, equal highs. It did fill this gap. Another gap here. I would love it to see to go to this fair value gap and then touch it and then go back. Yeah. Let's see if now it can go, if the long is going to play out now. So all the way up to here and then a short. So I've got to wait. But I think it's a long. A long for now. I'm still short biased. $782, yeah. Breaker. It's going back and forth. $674. 674.75 is that monthly midpoint. Monthly 674. 674. We haven't even touched that yet. So maybe this will be the area of where we go up. $781 to 6. Okay, so this will be my, if we get if we go up here and then go to 674 will be my trade. Yeah, okay. I think it's going to go up here. Let's see. Hot news. Wall Street futures decline ahead of Trump's announcement of new Fed chief. Nasdaq, Dow Jones up. Yeah, well, I think it will be a good thing if we get another. Okay, now I think it's gonna go blast up again. Come on, do it. 674. How many points? 50 points to go. We activated the breaker. Got another breaker. I think we're gonna disrespect this and respect this. So go back up to the where's 2 o'clock? Here. $750 is 2 o'clock. Look, yeah, me too. The real DC trader. I think once that it will be so good for us, a lot of things, I guess. But yeah, let's just refrain from. Look how beautifully also we've got these equal lows here from yesterday, right? With the volume imbalance below it. It did not really tap into that volume imbalance if you look very closely. So that's interesting as well. I don't think we tapped into it yet. So definitely in play for later today, right? 537. There we go. We might finally get a real normal structure. So I think it's going to go up here and tag into this one. retest this maybe. 750. Let's even get over 750. That's a 2 a.m. candle. That's a 4-hour candle. It might reject there as well, but let's see. 750. Okay, here we go. It's my TP. Did you catch the ICT stream? Yeah, I watched the ICT stream afterwards. Yes, yes, yes. I did watch the ICT, but not in real time. I heard him say that he also had issues with OBS, just like I did. So I was like, oh, he also has issue with OBS. He couldn't start OBS apparently. So and I had the same issues. So I was like, okay, it's not my because that's why I was so upset as well, because I was like, oh my god, every time there's something wrong and I don't know what it is, and it makes me nervous when I start streaming, because every time there's something new going on, and I just don't know what it is. And now it's the mic, and then it's this, then it's that. Did you take something away from the string? Did you took away some valuable information? $3.18. There you go. Gonna go up, up, up. Come on. It's 784. Yeah, the stream was good. Yeah, I think he misses it. I think he can't. He just really loves doing it, I guess. 743, 40 points up. What time is it? 3:20. Yeah, I'm gonna paper trade. I'm gonna paper trade this because this is such an easy trade. 131 stop loss is gonna be here. 91. It's not a good TP, but just wanna see if my TP is correct. I should have gotten in here when we retested this fair value gap. So the trade should have been here. This should have been the trade. to R, but this should have been the trade. Very small stop, 10 points. This should have been the trade. Now, let me just calculate something very quickly, because if we go higher, I can maybe... My trades are so shit lately. I mean, it's just... I'm not even putting any of my money on the line at the moment. I really need to start trading better. This week has been horrible for me. I have everything that I do, but that's why I'm just paper trading as well. Midpoint. Oh, look at that, 0.5. Okay, and this is that 31. Okay, I can't go higher. This is it. So it's a very bad. It's almost a 1-to-1, which is very bad. I never go on a 1-to-1 on my live account or anything. I don't do that. I just let it go. We did hit it here. We did tag into here, and here we did not, so we might not even go back into that range. Breaker. Maybe this is going to be the high. I'm going to go really with the 1-to-1 because I'm not going to take the risk. Because why? We did tag into it here. I didn't see that. I'm just going to take this rejection block as my max. 1-to-1. I don't take those on my live account anywhere. Or I'm in 739 our bed. I'm in Sim2. Yeah. Don't copy trade me, guys. Do not copy trade me. My execution is shit lately, but it's just the whole week. Hey, but it's perfect if you're in a cycle that you're not feeling it 100% and you're always late and you're always like, oh, what am I doing? And you get like a sort of like a not very trigger. You feel like hesitant and just paper trade. And sometimes you have a winning trade, but that's, it's all good. But a lot of now they're my losing trades, and I'm happy with that because I'm not losing any money. Okay, let's see if it's just going to wick into it. I'll bring it to break even, not to have a losing trade. If I have a losing trade, so now it's nothing. Nothing, so that brings me back to 0. Bad trade though, very bad execution. The only good execution would have been here, retest. With a very small stop loss. And even better here. It's going to stop me out most likely. Have you ever sweated a trade for an hour? No. Have you ever... Abdo, the short is coming. I do think we are going to go for a short later on. I don't think the time is right yet. So I think this is just a retracement. Have you ever sweated a trade for an hour and realized you didn't go live? No, I did not do that. But I have sweated trades for an hour. I was recording one time because I thought I had a good trade, and then because I wasn't streaming, I wasn't planning to stream, but I was recording, and I thought it would be I was in a trade on my accounts, and I was not, but eventually the trade didn't work. I was overstaying a little bit. My TP was too high, and it took a long time, and eventually it didn't work out, but I was not recording it, and I thought I was. So it wasn't really a loss eventually, but it would have been a good recap. Like, what did I do wrong? But I didn't record it. So it was sort of similar, but then with the intention of doing a recap of something, and then the recap would have been a different recap that I thought it would be, but it would still be a good recap. But it happens, yes. But thinking that you're streaming and you're not. Well, I always double check it, right? I always put on my stream on, so I do my chat within my stream. So I would never. I will always know if I'm not streaming because I look at my chat. It's always next to my stream. So if my stream wouldn't work out, I know. Yeah. Okay, and so this scenario is exactly what happened at that high where I thought where we rejected that was the daily high. Was it 2 or 3 days ago? I thought we would go into a rejection block also, and that was. And if we do the same thing now, that would be very interesting for me because I'll show you guys exactly what I mean, and the people that have been with me all week, they know exactly what I'm going to show you guys. Here, exactly, I was waiting for this wick to go into here. And it didn't do that, right? This area here is exactly the same thing I'm waiting for now. And it looks like this week it ain't working, rejection blocks. Rejection blocks are on holiday this week. Here we go. Again, it's just, and it does exactly the same here, right? So it just stops just in front of them. But time is not, we still have some time. If it stops me out, it stops me out. I will have to, I journaled it. 328. It's funny. It's just sort of like a thing this week. So, and they normally always, it's funny how things work in cycles, right? There we go, stopped out. So, even the rejection block didn't work. Interesting, very interesting. So, are the shorts simple? If we cannot even make it here, well, let's see if we're really. Do we have SMT? Let's look at 330 if we have SMT before we get into a short. No, it was a bad trade. The PhD, it was a bad trade anyway. So I didn't want to take any more risk. It was already a 1-to-1, which I hate to take. So it was already either it stops me out in break even and I'm back to zero or not. I didn't want to wait to be taken out. It's a 1-to-1. So I just wanted to either it be take me out in +2 ticks or yeah. It was a very bad execution anyway. It was late, so. No SMT. New SMT on the 15. I'm only looking at the 15, guys, so 326. Ha 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 ha. Distribution is coming. I still don't trust it though. Six, 7, 4. Yeah. 6, 7, 4. So be my TP here. 3, 3, 4. I think we're gonna go somewhere here. Gold is using supply and demand, same as using order blocks. I don't think so. But I think all PD arrays are a form of sort of supply and demand, if you put it that way, very simply, because they all give you an area of either resistance, or they give you inside of resistance or support, I guess. I guess every PD array is a form of. If I look at a PD array, for example, we have been going through the breaker now as well. If I look at this breaker here, if it's going through this is not giving any support, or, so I think everything is a form of resistance or support. I'm just waiting for the time, guy. I like 674-ish, 675 as a TP, but we're below 3 o'clock now. 674. How about price action plus market structure? How would you explain it? I don't understand the question. Market structure and price action. Price action gives you the market structure, but for me, time is more. It's a combination for me of what the candles are doing and time. But price action gives you the market structure. So it's always price action forming market structure, which you derive your information from, if that makes sense. So why am I just paper trading and not eager, even though I'm short buyers, not eager to pull the trigger, right? Why am I not pulling the trigger? I'm sort of expecting a continuation candle, but on the other hand, because we're at the 0.5 of that wick, I'm wondering, like, okay, if we are, I see 674 as a very important level, but look what price is doing all the time. It's going back and forth, so we're in consolidation. If it would run, I would probably most likely miss it. And what I'm looking at is it's creating all these little gaps all the time. Here is a gap, here are gaps. When we moved down, this was not a gap, but then we have this area here where we wicked into, right? Here, and we are moving back up. So here was a gap as well. So that always makes me, when I see this kind of price action, I'm just, okay, is it really ready to go, or is it going back and forth to, now this leg looked pretty solid to me, so I was like, okay, did I miss the move? But I still was like, okay, I just can't pull the trigger yet. Let's go to the 15. Maybe I can get more clarity on the 15. It's already gone. It doesn't need to go higher. Let's see if we have if the next macro will give us the run to the downside finally. 5 minute, it will sell in 2 weeks. Yes, it will, but the question is the time. It will fall definitely, but I think it's going to happen after 4 o'clock or within the 350 macro. You can see already here, it doesn't have any reason to go up, right? There's no more imbalances here until here, but it needs to go through all these 15-minute candles and it won't. So it's just, I think also it's going to fall, but it's just time. It's for me just time. Time. It's creating this beautiful, this looks beautiful, right, as well. So and again, I'm again gonna say this level 673-ish, 674-ish. Hey Nat, how are you doing? I that's a midpoint, a monthly midpoint. So I think a lot of people are going to be fooled maybe with that move to the downside. I think the real move to the downside will come later. So we might get another leg down, and let's see if it's going to reject it. Again, 674.75-ish. So my short would have been up to there and then reassess. I just don't trust it too much because I think it's just going to 10:30. I think the time is just not ready for it to run, but I could be wrong. It's off. Something is off for me. 674 is here, so 674. Cameron, can you tell us about your trade station setup? Do you have multiple monitors? What do you use for one? I don't track news, company man car. I just look at the news in the evening, in the morning, and for me, the 8:30 candle, the 8:30. ICT mentioned it again as well yesterday. Even though when there's no news, the 8:30 candle is very important because they use the candle to manipulate, and they use the candle to either make. It tells you a lot what the whole day is going to bring. So basically, I use the charts as what's happening because sometimes you have news and it still does anything different, right? Or it does it's positive and we still have a move to the downside because of the Judas or whatever. So I don't track news, but hey Ned, hey, long time no see, by the way. How are you doing? I'm also more. I don't see. To be honest, I think the short will not. I think a lot of people will be I'm also not too short biased at the moment. I think the short 675, like I said, and then I'm like really like. I think it's not. I think the time is not right for the short at the moment. But hey, I could be wrong. Net is bullish as hell, so I would be more inclined for a move to the, like I said, 675-ish, and then maybe another leg up or something, and then at some point it will go down, yes, but I don't think the time is right yet. But hey, listen, company man Carl, my setup is not as good as it should be, but normally I used to have one big, the most favorable setup for me would be a desktop, 2 or 3 monitors, and maybe a separate laptop for a YouTube chat. Now I just have 2 laptops, but it's going to change. It's going to change. I'm going to invest in a desktop, which obviously has more power, and hopefully 2 large monitors, and then a separate laptop for maybe an extra chart and the YouTube chat. So. Yeah, Nat, I also don't, I can't explain exactly why, but I'm not eager to pull the trigger on the, I do see that we have, it will be a difficult time to get all the way up here, but every time we're going back into a wick and then it creates another wick and it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm not ready to pull the trigger for a short. I'm also not, well, I can frame my long up to here. Actually here, this is my area. Maybe now it will give me that wick. Let me have a quick look at gold. This looks similar to the 4-hour what NQ did, right? This is like the higher time frame NQ. We had all these 4-hour candles, and then we had this drop yesterday. It looks similar. Equal highs, but then it did not go into this wick here. It's a little bit different, but these candles are sort of like similar. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are pounding on that. Oh, you were sick? I was watching some streams, but not in game. Oh, okay, okay. I hope you're feeling better. I was thinking about you. I think it was like last week, and I thought I haven't seen that for a while. I think this is nice to watch because it gives us a lot of insight for, okay, why is it doing it? Why is it not going, right? And why is it not ready to go down? Also, it tells me that because I got stopped out on my longs 2 times, that it's like very seek and destroy in the way it doesn't do certain things that it normally does, like go into rejection blocks, but just creates this, well, you can call this an equal high, right? To go into that most likely maybe now, or let's see if it makes another high. We just want a wick here. Let's see. No, I already had that. This is the daily. I already marked the daily wick, so we're exactly at 50%. I'm looking at that daily wick here. This is the daily wick. So, or maybe you're looking at another one. Let me see what you're looking at. Maybe I missed something. Yeah, this is the wick. Yeah, so what Nat is saying is this is the wick we're creating, So if we, I actually didn't think about that, Nat, thank you. Like if this has been the manipulation move to the downside and now we're going back up. And then we're going to take this out. Right? So now this is for you, the manipulation. So technically anywhere, if you are long biased, this is the area where you want to get in before we hit the daily open. So I am not 100% sure of that, but I can see the logic. Because what Net also is saying is OTE level. Because I'm technically still higher time frame bullish. I am. OTE small. So we hit, I didn't see that. Thank you, Nat. Thank you. So you see how exactly, this is something that I would use as a confluence, and I didn't see that. You see that the 0.5 matches exactly with the 0.5 of that daily wick. So that is actually a very, very 0.5, 0.5 daily wick, daily. Thank you, Nat, for pointing that out. Normally I see those things when I'm on the that is very I was actually thinking we would go back into that volume imbalance, but we already wicked through it. Let's look at the 3-day. Damn, you might be right. Yeah. And then that will give me my, I was looking at this net, or yesterday, this area here, that is my, because they created these, ooh, yeah, okay. If they do it on a lower time frame here, then I'm almost sure that today we will hit maybe this level. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, David, I hope you're wrong. I actually think once we have a new, if we have a new, or if the stimulus checks are coming in the U.S., there will be a rotation from gold and silver into riskier assets, and that will be obviously then also crypto. So I do think that either it's going to be within a month, or it's going to be in another 3 or 4 months after that. But I don't hope crypto will go that low. But hey, listen, I love ICT, but the only thing I don't agree on is his view on crypto. But me as a long-term investor. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Nat, for sharing that, because I didn't see the OTE level. But hey, listen, those are very important confluences. When you see those. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, and actually now I'm looking how this has been set up all the time, right? This is exactly the way you wanted to see. This is actually now yeah. Thank you, Nat. We needed your. Okay, let's see. I want to see what we're doing here. 355. We're in the macro now. We are above this area almost. Let's see if we can find a good entry. Now, the only thing that I don't like, I would love it to see one leg lower and then make that move to the upside. But it really just, on the 15, it looks so weird. But yeah, I think you might be. Damn. Good call. Nice call, Nat. Yeah. But I wanted to, this was the area that I wanted to watch here. So this fair value gap. If we go over this fair value gap, then I'm totally on board. Then I thought we were going to reject here and then go down because I had a short bias for until 674. But now I've seen the OTE level. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I totally agree. I agree. I I had a bias to, but I couldn't pull the trigger. I mean, put on my. And I've been talking about this level all the time, that daily rejection block, and we didn't. Yeah, okay, I can see it now as well. Okay, let's. I'm just gonna hold on. I just want to see if we really get over this fair value gap here. See, the only thing I would love it to see one leg lower. So this has been setting up very nicely. Maybe to take one more leg down. It's 4 o'clock almost. This is a very important fair value gap for me now, and I wouldn't mind a short to 674. Let me quickly. I need to go to the bathroom quickly. Smart money shagged all weekends on mega cap earnings, paired orders, and stop loss before going higher. Yeah, I guess so. I've been falling in that retail trap as well with that high that it didn't take out right at that rejection block before it went down, and now almost. Let's see if I'm wrong again. If I'm looking at that 674, but we also, you see how these fair value gaps, they work perfectly, right, as a barrier. But I just can't pull the trigger either or at the moment. But I totally, hey, listen, Nat, you convinced me there because of yesterday. Sometimes when I miss a very important move, it's like a lot of the times because on the daily, it's an equal high as well, right? This is an equal, and it did not go into this area here. And technically, we're still in a bullish. This is just a retracement. This could be just a retracement to go back up. Very well. And especially it's the markets and it's extremely volatile. So we can expect crazy things. That being said, are we going to get the full move back up again? How many points is that? 600. Or are we going to go halfway maybe? Well, 600 for the whole day. I mean, nobody's expecting it. Everybody's thinking, oh, the markets, the war. Listen, with the war, when we have war threats, the markets have been doing very, very well. So it's not an excuse to think, oh, because of the war, we're just going to go further down. So we have to be vigilant. But hey, I see... I just want confirmation on any side that I think, okay, once we're there, then I'm ready to pull the trigger. But I'm going to wait a little bit. But hey, I see the bullish side definitely. But if we do go further down, maybe at some point, if we do go further down and we go lower than that 674 level that I said, then I might have to adjust. Because we could go low in the OT level, right, Nat? We could go all the way to 7.9 and still go back up, right? So, so I've seen sometimes as well that if we, let me just do the OTE one more time. So 0.62 could be the top of the wick, but yeah, it looks like the 0.5 is too strong. We are now bouncing off the 403. Ooh, in nice time. I like that. This should be a long maybe for me. We encapsulated this gap here. 3+4. Created a high here. 357. When did we create a London low or high? It's 4 o'clock. We didn't do any. Oh, okay. This is interesting. 4 o'clock. Yeah, I'm actually getting long biased here. This is a long. Paper trade again, because I'm not. Bullishness. Mm, 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 mm. $9.16. It needs to get over this fair value gap, though. That's very important. Once it goes over this fair value gap, then I get double bullish. This is a very important one. This is the one that we formed. Because I could still see it go one leg lower, but We go through this. It might not be ready to do so. Abdo is short. You see, we have this structure on the 1 minute, but look at the structure that is similar to what we have on the 1 hour here. Trader X6, how are you doing? 741 needs to hold. I'm going to look at my 9 minute. My 9 minute always gives me clarity. You have a good week so far? Yeah, did you take that? Did you manage to get that short yesterday? I'm looking at this opening range gap. Market structure isn't downtrend, no bulls right now. Yeah, I'm bearish. If it goes down, I want to see 675-ish. I think that will be a level of but I'm not so sure. I'm just not too sure about a long term or I've been going back and forth anyway, but I just need more information. I can see both sides now. I got the long. Okay, nice. $25 400 watching for long later today. Yeah, I wonder if the move is going to happen. Um, I'm not pulling a trigger right now for a short or for a long. I would love it to see, I would love it to see go one leg lower, just wick it below the 0.5 level of that wick, of the daily wick, and then go back up. Um, I do see, I see equal highs everywhere, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs. Um, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I see bearish movement to the downside, lower time frame, and if I look at the higher time frame, I'm also like mid higher time frame. I'm like, yeah, it will be difficult to get up. But really, like what Ned pointed out, like it just makes it's really a good way to rip everyone's face off. And technically, we can use this level included. It's a very weak structure, though. I go all the way back into this range here. Just looking at this wick here, here. Last 1 week London session, worst movement. Exactly, MJ. Exactly. Um, because also it's Friday, it's also good to wait a little bit longer. We're still below. There's a small volume band at 25,707. Yeah, well, the only thing that worries me, Nat, is this volume imbalance here, and we have got equal lows below it at 536. Here, this one. That's the only one that. But you see what we did here? Flat bottoms. We wicked into it. Now we can go back up again. This is a rejection block now, and it used two of wickless candles. It gave the manipulation into this wick. That's bullish. That is, for me, sort of almost bullish. Here, this 3 o'clock, retest of 3 o'clock. This makes me bullish again. Maybe here I'm bearish again when it goes back down. But that's the manipulation, right? Yeah. Yeah, and also on the 3 minute, you see these wicks here. One is lower, higher, higher. If we go back up here, most likely we'll go back down again. But on the 50, in the 1 hour, we are descending here. Bodies are not going below the event horizon here. I am bullish 710. Yeah, this was very bullish on the 3 minute. Except here we got a wickless candle as well. We went into it. On a 3 minute, it was very clear. Here we go. This one here. We rejected in this wick here. But we most likely will reject here as well. I guess it's almost a trade between these two fair value gaps that are marked. I'm sort of like, well, maybe take the half of this one here. Maybe that's now the range for a while. But there are no, exactly, trader, no, never. I'm just thinking maybe this is the range for now. Here to here, or maybe take half of the wick here. We are between here. 2 a.m. 4-hour candle downside wick is creating now. 2 a.m. 4-hour candle. Yes. But I still don't like it that we have not tapped into this. Six, 7, 5. But. On the other hand, we also have a premium, a discount wick here. Let me just see. It's confusing because I can, every time I look deeper, I can frame it another way as well. So that's why I'm not pulling any triggers anymore. Yeah, so Wolf, the Wall Street. We need retest of that. Yes, I mentioned that as well. I don't like it that we have not tagged, and I've got 674. I think that level is my level that I would really like, and that's just a tab into that end walk, and then I would love to see a spike back up or something. Just a wick. It's just I wouldn't mind just a little bit a tab into, but if it goes lower, obviously I will. Yeah, let's see if we can go to that 674-ish. 675. This is a level that I would really love to see be tagged in. Let's put some more here. Interesting price action. Interesting price action. Gold. Gold tapped into a weekly open already. My long A plus setup. Yeah, it's also the end of the week and the end of the month. Correct. Yeah, so you can really find some overlaps if you use TGIF levels on monthly, and then look where the weekly is, and then at the end of the day, look where the price will end. It will be it's very helpful when you have those 2 days falling on a Friday. Um, Ba-ba-bum. I'm still neutral. I'm not in any trades yet because I keep on going back and forth. I can trade it. I can frame it both ways. Um, and every paper trade that I put on so far, I've been stopped out, right? So that tells me I should definitely not. Time is not right, and I also think it's not time for that short yet. Maybe one leg low, but not like yesterday's distribution move. It's just creating liquidity now. And it looks to me like they're creating, if you look at the, on the 3 minute, they're creating liquidity. All those equal highs are on the top, on the upside, right? So yeah, I wouldn't mind, or I could see a move to the downside, but look what they're doing to the upside. They're equal highs. More to the upside than to the downside, right? So I would rather wait if it does go further down a little bit, which is still, we still have a lot of room to go to the downside and still stay bullish. And once it would go down a little bit lower and creates a really, for example, if I'm looking like this at this structure, I'm like, okay, make another low. So then we get another a beautiful inversion breaker. You will see the setup once it's there, when it's done with this move to the downside, for example. So you just have to wait until you don't see it properly. You just wait, and then it will present itself. Because this is not a nice inversion, right? So it wasn't really, maybe not ready yet for that full move to the upside. Maybe it needs one more leg lower, and then it will create a nice, easier to see bullish structure. Until then, it's still bearish, I guess. But oh yeah. Why is my air conditioning not cooling? Why are you not cooling? It's a beautiful day outside, as you can see. Ooh, it shoots right back up. What are you doing? Is it safe in South Africa? Yes. It depends where you are. If you are in towns or cities which are not led by the ANC, you're good to go. Then everything is much better. The roads are good. Everything is well organized. But if you're in an ANC related town, it's all shit. Without getting political, but the ANC is just so corrupted. Load shedding, it's nothing like the Nelson Mandela era. But it's where I am. I have every door. My doors are open. My car is outside. I am very safe here, and in most places where I am. But in the other place where I used to live in the bush, the only thing I had to worry about was baboons breaking in. But there are unsafe areas, definitely, in South Africa, yes. And there are things sometimes that are not... it is a different country. If I drive in my town here, I have my windows open. But if I do go out of town, I do close my windows when I'm driving, for example. I am aware that it's not safe everywhere. But where I live, I go here to my beach and my forest, and I can walk. It's a very friendly, small little town. It's a little beach village with a nature reserve. And but yeah, South Africa has beautiful places. No, that's not true, David. That's not true. It's not white-led areas. It is it's purely not A and C. It is purely not A and C led areas. Other towns are also are led by non-whites, and they are doing well. We have a mixture here. It's equally, but A and C is really it's just horrible. It's just horrible. I hope they get voted out. So the only white-led area, they don't allow that. That's Oranje. That's one town, right? That's just one town. That's just white. Trader X6 Asia. Yeah, Asia is nice. I like it here, but I never know where I might be somewhere else in a year or two. I don't know. But for now, I really like it. I enjoy it. But hey, the world has a lot of beautiful places. I love Africa. The whole continent, to be honest. Well, not the whole continent, but Africa has something special. Either you like it or you hate it. But I like South America as well. Yeah, but I wouldn't like to live in Oranje, to be honest. It's not my... I don't know. I've never been, though, but... But I'll tell you one thing. We got training from special forces in Hoedspruit. Like, what do you do when you get like a house break-in or a carjack? And the first question they asked us, and that was for also me a wake-up call. Do you think it's the crime is a racial thing? And the first thing that you would think as a white person, I'm considered white. Let me put it that way. You would think yes, but it's actually the black communities that suffer much more of the crime. The rape in the black communities are much higher. So it's not a racial thing. Just don't get me wrong. It's really a countrywide thing. So it's not like, because you are white, you are subject to violence. No, it's not about that. It's just like the area-wise, where the poverty is high, people are uneducated, and especially those communities, the women and the old elderly. It's very sad. It's very sad. But it's not racial related at all. So it's not a black and white thing. It's especially the poorer communities, they suffer even more. And we really need to help, especially the women. We need to support them and to make sure that there's more safety, and especially also with the ladies that need to work. Yes, that's true. It happens. But my neighbor, he's a farmer and he doesn't have any issues. But yes, it's definitely a thing. It depends the area. Again, it depends on the area. But especially the women, the help in the household and stuff like that. When they when they take taxis, they're very vulnerable. So you need to help them with transport and make sure that they are not subjected to those things that can happen. Yeah. Yes, so I only want to go places where it's warm. Well, he is right. Yeah, there are farm killings, and there are. Look, I'm privileged because I make enough money to live. But if you are born as a white South African and you are not doing well, you are struggling. And there are also townships with white people, and I was shocked to see them. And for poor people, because there is no government help for whites that are not doing well, but there is government help for people. They get paychecks. People in the township, they don't have to pay electricity, they don't have to pay for water, but the white people do. So there's a lot of poverty among white people, and there are white townships. And also, if there's a job, that's why Trump and Starlink is a problem. If you start a business here, you have to give 30% to a black to make someone owner for 30%, but it has to be a black person. So there are a lot of racial laws that is going on, yes. And Malama is calling out. He has the song, right? Kill the Boer, kill the. It is true, but hey, listen. It all depends. I feel very safe here, but I'm aware that I am in a different country that I am used to live in. But and when I travel, I am very aware if I travel where I am. But I travel from safe place to safe place. But before I get there, I have to be aware that I'm maybe in an area where it's not so safe. But hey, listen, guys, I love South Africa. There's enough beauty in it, and I think things will sort themselves out at some point. Yeah. But I know people that got murdered as well. So, you must be making. I make enough to live off. It's always funny that people. You have to always think like, what do you want in life? What is important for me? Freedom is important. I need money to live. I need money to have my freedom to be able to live in a country like this and not have to go back to the Netherlands. So that's all I need. It's all about balance, right? It's all about balance. I said that before. What's most important for me is having freedom to be able to live where I want to live and doing something that I like. So it's important for me to maintain that and buy my safety as well. So you need to live in a small town which is safe, which is maybe a little bit more expensive. But I don't live I don't live in extravagance and don't spend $10,000s of dollars on crazy stuff. So if I have a few bad months, it's okay. I can handle it. But for me, it's just being able to live the life. And now it's also, you need money for that. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like I don't have to go online and say, oh, look at me, how, for me, that's being rich. I have an avocado tree in front of me, and I ate the first avocado this week from that tree. Those things make me happy, things like that. When I go to the beach here, 5 minutes away from me, I clear my head and there's no one on the beach and it's just beautiful dunes and an ocean. When I got the monkeys here on my rooftop or on my balcony, I'm like, you know what? I'm very privileged. And those are the things that I consider myself rich, not the amount of money that I make. Because, you can lose everything in one. I'm South African proudly. Yeah, here we go. South Africa, yeah. Being blessed to travel the world, my country is still very divided, extreme wealth and extreme poverty. As any that will focus on rapid, yes. But even though there's a lot of things that are not perfect, you cannot deny the beauty, right? And it's also, hey Abdo, see you. I consider myself rich, but not in a dollar amount. I have enough I can live off, and I have to keep doing what yes, I am rich compared to a lot of people, most likely, but you won't see me brag about, oh, look at me with my Ferrari from my trading. I would rather buy a piece of land and do some conservation work on that. That will make me feel, something. I would rather that will be if I will be able to buy myself into some conservation project. That will be my ultimate dream. So. And I look like a bum sometimes when I go shopping. And it's funny because, you walk around and people look like, oh, she's going to steal something. And I probably got more money in my pocket than you have. But it's all about balance and what you find important, guys. Really, I just want to stress that out. And yes, and you do need money for things, to buy your freedom and to live the life that you want. But no, I don't want to. No, I don't have any. I used to have everything. I used to have very expensive clothes when I used to work in the office, and I left everything behind. I sold everything, gave everything away. Especially my warm clothes. My warm clothes were really expensive, and I just gave it away to people. I said, okay, you know what? I don't want to be in a cold country anymore, so here you go. No, I'm screwed if I have to go back. Oh my! No, I don't have any. Well, I do have two. I consider my cats children now. Yes. But I don't have any kids, no. It's not that I never wanted them. I know the question always comes at some point, but it's not that I want. It never was in my life. I had I have a very busy life. I had a very good job. I traveled a lot, and I had a very, very nice time. And it's not that I think, oh, now I think I don't want. It's not that I don't want it. It's just not. It doesn't fit my lifestyle anymore. But I'll take care of. You can take care of communities and help other children here. Things like that. Hey, David, that's not too hard. If you just keep on grinding, you'll do that. I can tell you that. If you just keep on studying and just keep on grinding and journaling, and you will. You will. And I'm still growing myself, but I'm already, I'm already happy. But obviously, it's enough for me to live off. But if I would be able to like, for example, now I haven't traded all week, so I haven't made much money, but it's okay. I can handle that easily. I can go a few months without making any money because I had a few months back that were really good. So I don't have any stress. Let me put it that way. I have zero stress on that. But I sold one piece of land in Hoesprout, but I'm very eager to go back to that area and maybe doing something wildlife related. So buy a larger piece of land and do something. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, Limpopo is I mean, I love the bush, Vincent. I'm going back to the bush, but the Wi-Fi is an issue, my internet there. So until that is sorted, I don't want to go back. But I will go back to the bush, yes, definitely. I want to live in the bush. I want to live isolated, maybe max 1 hour from a bigger town. I'll drive a couple of times per week to town, but I don't mind living 20 minutes to an hour outside a town and just live in the bush with all my animals and some friends. This is what I want to see. Now I want to see what happens. If it's going to fall through or is it going to reject here? 675. Let's see. That was a level I was waiting for. Let's see if it falls through or if it's going to reject here. Okay, dropping. Do you want to adopt a grown man? Uh, I sort of have well, is he? I don't want to call him a child, an adult child. Okay, let's see now what happened. We passed the midpoint, the monthly midpoint. I We were so close to the weekly open. 25,591. I want to see rejection here. I'm not. No, I'm not interested. Jin BA. The price action is too. I find it really hard to enter right now because I see. I don't. This area, like I said, I want to see price move away from this again, but I really need to watch what it's doing. But this was the area I was waiting for. It went a little bit lower. Let's see. We have another end walk, another opening range gap here now. 688. Let's see if we can go back over this fair value gap, or are we going to drop lower? Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like we want to go lower because we don't have a nice wick, right? You want a large wick. Let's see. We can go here. 591. Are we going to go all the way to 25,591? Five nine one. 533. Okay, now the drop is coming, I think. Yeah. Hey, what happened? Fuck. See, I'm just not. Bum 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 bum. 591. 553. 591. 594, so another 50 points drop. Yeah. Well, the PhD scientists, sometimes if I'm looking at all these levels, I'm too slow and I'm missing trades. But most of, you can see this week's I'm really off, but most of the times I'm more prepared. And then I manage to have those levels already in place, and then I already know. That's when I'm in tune. I feel like, okay, but price action is also not very, I don't like it when it moves like this, but sometimes everything is already, you know your levels, and I already, most of the times I already know all the wicks levels and stuff like that. And I'm just more prepared. But now I feel like I'm behind like I'm always like too late. So then I know, okay, I have to be careful with my trading. But you get used to, like for example, when Ned said, oh, the 0.5 is exactly the 0.5 of that wick. I would know those things normally, but I didn't even see that. So then I know, okay, hold on. So I'm distracted then because of all the workers and people coming by and stuff like that. Hold on. See, and I'm just not. You can also see I'm not pulling the trigger all the time because every time when I do, every time when I take a long, I'm stopped out. But I'm not pulling the trigger also on the short side. And at some point I will see, okay, now I see the structure, and then then I know, okay, now the time is right. And sometimes you just need more information. And the good thing with London is when you go over those levels in London, at some point when New York starts, you sort of like, then you have the preparation that you needed. That's a luxury of London. We can see it trickling down, but the question is, okay. And the more you look at the charts and you look into things, and you miss some things maybe in the morning, and maybe I didn't have enough coffee. You see, we are again going right back to the 0.5 level. We dig a little bit deeper, but again, you can see on the higher, I'm looking at the higher time frame candle. Are we going to go back into the 0.5 here? What does it need? Is it going to go to 25% and then go back up? Because on the higher time frame, we can get a wick below the 0.5. But if we're going to be bullish again, so I'm looking at a lot of things, and sometimes I just need more time. And now I'm very strict with myself. If I just don't know and I just don't feel it, or I'm just not confident enough on pulling the trigger on an eval or on my funded or on my live account, I just don't do it. And I keep on going at my paper trades, and they're losing trades, so that's good. And then it tells me as well, no, you're not on the ball, you're not on the ball. Because also when you have a wick like this, it always takes time, it trickles, even though let's say it will take out this low, for example. It will take a lot of, it's not going to be a smooth sailing because a wick is just a lot of gaps. A wick is an imbalance, especially a daily wick. It's an imbalance, and an imbalance means the market does only two things. It balances out imbalances, or it grabs liquidity. This is not liquidity to me. Why? Because we are still around the 0.5 of that wick. So it's going to take time to get there. Once it goes back and forth, at some point it will become liquidity. But this is not liquidity for me. This is just a large gap that I'm seeing, and that's why I'm not interested in going short. Because this is not liquidity. Now, imagine this. Let's go to the 4 hour. Then I can make it more clear. When will I be interested in this area? Like, suppose we hang out, we go back and forth a couple of times, and we go to the last quarter, for example, and we don't take out the low. Then if it goes back up into the range and then it goes up, then I'm okay. Now I consider this liquidity. But I'm not considering it liquidity now because I'm like, it's still working its way through this whole gap. And you can see what it's doing, right? All the time, back and forth, back and forth. That's what happens with large wicks. So you see? Again, it just goes back up. But let's wait. Now, do we see proper structure? Oh, shit. I'm just waiting for the confirmation that we're really not going below the 0.5. And like what Ned said, maybe we're framing the wick on the daily. We're going back to the daily open and then we go higher, right? I think that was a very, especially 0.5 being 0.5 overlapping. And you can see we finally went into the end walk. That's the retest. Someone else pointed that out as well. We need to retest the end walk. So this could be it. This could be the moment that we are really going up now. And you can see price already getting more violent. We overlap this one here. We overlap this fair value gap. We overlap 3. I'm thinking now is the time maybe to get into a long. I'm going to give it another go, but I'm just paper trading for now. But this might be the this might have been the turtle. So did anyone get in a long here? I'm just curious. I can see the long now because now we were back up. We're right back up. We just really we went into the end walk. We're back up to 0.5. We're over the 3 o'clock now. We're again here at this fair value gap. I would now, if we would get over the midpoint, I would use that, and the 3 o'clock is also here. I would use that as my, I wouldn't even use the breaker. Maybe the breaker is that a good, yeah, that is, I could use that one. But let's wait, because we're in a macro again. I see just those, I just thought those levels cover up details from candles. Which levels? Hell no, those levels, just they make my money normally. Hold on. Oh, I need to. Oh, you're in the way, my love. Oh, poo-poo. My little. Come on. So I totally get where Ned is coming from, especially now. You can see more confirmation, right, for that long. Before, I was not really. Now I'm like, this looks really nice now because we are. But I think I'm with you here. I think it doesn't get any better than here. It's 5 o'clock almost. I just want to wait until we get maybe into this area, maybe a little bit lower. Because we still have, I don't like this though here. Five o'clock. Hey, this might be the daily low. Hold on. Yeah. Why? See, my paper tray is not working now. Now my stop loss is here, it's still okay. Oh. Fast and Furious. We got a nice wick. We went into that midpoint that I mentioned, the 674 level. We retested that. That was the level I was waiting for. I'll show you on the 15-minute. Oh, hello, my pretty girl. 674 here, beautiful retest. This was the level I was waiting for. Your inversion, your breaker, all these equal highs have been created all the time that we were waiting. Well, let's see. but this looks like I mean, it looks difficult to get through, so it needs power. It needs to go through it very fast. If it goes through these levels here, because this is the hard part, right? Look at the 1 hour. This is the hard part. It needs speeds. It needs, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, this is a BPR. This is a BPR. This is a BPR." No, it's not. Okay. $793. I'll just take it up to here. 7. I think it's enough for now. This one here, 4 o'clock. I would take one off here and then the other one here maybe. 3 past. So on days like this, I think I should lower my TPs a little bit because I always aim too high and then I get stopped out, right? I noticed that. Also on my paper trades. Have a look at the 5 minutes. Okay, let's go. Come on. Okay, stay above 3 o'clock, please. Pum, 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 pum. Pum, 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 pum. We do have wicks here, so if we do go up, I don't expect it to go up all in an easy way. We've got, is this a... In 3 minutes it goes higher, so that's maybe a negative, but we'll see. 1 minute. Five past 5. PhD side, are you in a short? Are you playing your evals or your live account with this price action? Just curious. We are so patient here. We are so patient. Hey, Monty, yes, I agree with you. I had issues as well with the, oh no, well, Trade of Fate, yeah. I'm not touching any of my evals or my live accounts or anything besides paper trading today. I had issues yesterday with the trading view a little bit and other things. And I hear a lot of Trade of Fate issues since yesterday. So I'm worried now a little bit. I haven't been trading a lot this week, but I think I'm just going to skip the full day. If it's Trade of Fate, everything that is on trade, all my evaluations and my platform things are on Trade of Fate though. So thank you for letting us know, Monty. But hey, listen, normally when I do trade, I have my paper trade on here and I do the same trade on my evaluations because I keep them separately in case one goes down, right? So sometimes but I'm not trading anything live or an eval anyway now. So hey, thanks. So guys, anyone who's trading Tradeovate, be careful. Apparently there's still issues going on. 3 separate times they locked me in a trade, blew my accounts in the night. Oh, really? I did read, Tradeify did send a message about their Tradeovate issues. So, but I haven't been trading, to be honest, this week. So I guess I'm lucky that I'm just staying out of it, I guess. But Monty, thank you for sharing. I think they should take accountability. Which prop firm is it, by the way? Or is it live account or is it a prop firm that doesn't take accountability? Sure. I mean, we should know. I mean, listen, you won't see any prop firm links or codes here because I do not want to be in a situation that one of the prop firms, even though I love them now, take Profit Trader. Okay, well, that's shit that they do that. Okay, that's not good. They should Tradeify. I think it was a letter about Tradeify. Let me see if I can find it again, if I not deleted it already. I think I have it, and they took responsibility for that issue. Tradeify. No, that was the crypto thing that they were doing. Okay, going up, hold on. Tradeify, Tradeovate. I can't find it, but I do. Well, that's Monty. That's maybe a good thing, right? At least now you cannot even enter a trade instead of going into a trade and then not exit it, and they don't do it behind the scenes. I can't find the email anymore. If anyone knows about it, what I'm talking about, let me know. I think I deleted it, and I deleted my. Oh, here it was Tradeovate. It was Tradeify. Important update regarding Tradeovate. It's in my bin. It was yesterday, 28th. Ninja Trader has working alongside Ninja Trader, we've completed our review of the Tradeovate market data issues that occurred earlier today. Ninja Trader has confirmed that a market data interruption affected all instruments in the demo environment during this period. And they gave the times. Accounts that breached during this window will be restored. Losing trades placed during this period will be removed. Profitable trades will remain unchanged. If you believed your account was impacted, please do not place any trades. So that was Tradeify. So I'm just saying, Tradeify does, but that was 2 days ago, right? But it's weird that, I mean, there were never issues with Tradeovate before. I mean, not for a long time. Monty, I'm in South Africa. These are South African trees, South African sun. And yeah, I live in a very beautiful little town, very small, with a beach and a nature reserve in front of me. So I'm not in Germany, no. I'm from the Netherlands, though, so I escaped the concrete. You must be in the US then, I guess, right, or somewhere. So we have the same literally the same time zone. Like, we're just very south of the Netherlands. It's better weather here than in Germany and in the Netherlands. That's the main thing. I'm in Wyoming. Oh, it's cold there, right? I'm self-funded, Vincent. I'm self-funded with Tickmill and FX Pro and have no issues for the last 2 years and been withdrawing successfully every month. Good for you. Yeah, it's so important. So, guys, I'm also busy with a brokerage. So we're in the contract phase, and there's a lot of paperwork involved with an American company. So yesterday I've signed a lot of paperwork, and then we will have a collaboration, and as I believe it's good to have a broker, because I've been working with them for over a couple of years now, so I trust them. I only want to collaborate with a party that I use extensively and I really trust. Now, I trade with prop firm Funded Next, but I told them at some point, you know what? I will name you as my prop firm, but I'm not interested in a code or to use it. But I didn't say that though to them, but I just want to stay away from prop firm codes in case anything does go wrong. Right now, Funded Next is my favorite prop firm, but I don't do any codes because Funding Ticks was a favorite of a lot of people, and look what happened there. So I'm not going to give my name to any prop firm. I don't want to be connected to them at this moment. Only the brokerage, and also because I could negotiate better commissions with them. So I think that's like a good deal, right? So something that really makes a difference. And also I want to trade. I will be trading my own live account. I will start very small again with a $1,000 account and just do MNQ to show people, listen, you don't need a lot of money to start your own account. You just need, if you have some payments from a prop firm, transfer them to your own account. You have to have good risk management. You have to be able to sit through drawdown and be able to not blow your account anymore because you don't want to do that with your own money. So that's number one rule. So you have to prove that to yourself that you're ready for that. And then I think it's the best way to build a buffer. And you can take your time. With a prop firm, you don't want to take the time to build a buffer. Why? Because you don't know if they will exist. You don't want to spend a lot of time and effort in building a buffer, and then then you're not allowed, or then they treat you in a specific way that you can't get to it anymore, or you've just wasted a lot of time. Prop firms are nice to do fast things. You get your payouts, and don't overstay your stay too long in one account. At some point you let them go and you start all over, because otherwise you get denied and stuff like that. It's just but then with your own account, you can take your time. You extract some money from it, but you build that account. Let's do some, let's see where we are at in this leg, in this range. So the top of the N walk of the opening range gap is exactly 702. Let's see if we can make it over that. Now I know the PhD scientist. I think you think we're not going to get over that, right? Let's see, 520. We could reject here, but I don't know. I think we need some speed to get through this. We need a power. We need like I have to stay. It's YouTube. I cannot say everything what I like. Yes. Well, let me rephrase. Let me just say we need a rocket. Because we need to go through this. I think we're just in consolidation, so that's why I think it's possible to get into these wicks again here. I don't see it as a BPR, also because we have a few imbalances here. Yeah. See, I like this structure now. The structure looks more like, this is the first time we see a better structure, right? If you look for a bullish structure. Let's see if we blast through this. sell side, buy side, go back into original consolidation, but we want more. We want more. So this is just higher time frame consolidation. So we took out the low of this and then we could target the high of this consolidation area. If 702. Let's see, 523. Let's see, guys. Actually take my profit here, so I get my profit and then reassess, because I've been on paper trading, I've just been losing. 523. Create bullish structure. Okay, glass through, please. We don't want you to stop there. We want you to go through it. Go through it. Go through it. Hey, PhD scientist, thank you. I'll see you. Wish me luck with my long. Okay, we went to 702. That's actually not a good sign, to be honest. If we reject exactly 702, which is also the top of the end walk for now. 702 can be a level that can be reached and then it's done, right? For the but let's see. We're still. Because it is sort of a coincidence that it's sort of like hanging out here. It was not really a coincidence. It's algorithmic, obviously. So, and those highs and the lows of the end wall of the the opening range gaps are also very important. But let's see how this We're also at the top of an older. You see here the brighter yellow one is also an end walk. So let's see if we can stay above this one and blast through out of this older one here. Or are we going to go into this one and then I should be stopped out within profit. So then it's again no losing trade. I see a long here, but I can't paper trade. I'm trying to talk to take profit. Yes, you should. Take profit trader. That's a good one. Well, I mean, if they solve it, then it's okay. If they don't solve it, then we'll keep the name take profit trader. I like that. But let's hope they solve it. That's more important. Tradeify did it. I mean, tell them that Tradeify actually solved the issues the 28th of June, and they sent an email about it. So they should also do that. It's important that we go above the 60. We need to go above the a body closure above the 732 again, because that means we are above this end walk, and then I do think we could go higher then. But we also at the mid. We need to break this. We need to go above the midpoint of the body here. So 702, ICT always says 702 of a range is always a safe area to take a safe area of profit. Exactly when it's at the top of a opening range gap, just take it there. Just take your profit and just reassess again. I also need to get better in shorter trades, just to take profits and. Yeah, we didn't go over the 50% yet. Let's see. Half. Yeah, this is, so the midpoint of the body is we really want a body closure above a 15-minute or whatever. I think then we're good to go for a long. See, on the 15-minute we already have it. On the 1 hour we don't, so that's bullish actually. Here we go. Continuation. Let's see if we can blast through. Gary Ray Monty, Trade of 8 Take Profit Trader, Trading View. This is my setup. It's working fine with me. I have placed 2 trades. Oh, just for info. Okay. Maybe just restart everything, Monty. Just get in and out and just. Okay, here we go. I think it's now. Looks very powerful, right? Hey guys, this might really be the low of day. It could be. Just wondering if this really was the low of day. So. 993. I'm almost inclined to 350. I wonder if this is in play today. It's 500 points. I mean, we look very powerful at the moment. This needs to go off. It will be a crazy move. I mean, it will be. Okay, well, let's see if we are. Okay, I'm just keeping it here, just a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower. I just want to be tagged out here. So I'm going to see how we are going to react here. $79. We're going to go over this. It's going to be bullish. 4 o'clock is here. 761. I'm going to take this one off. So we're getting into these wicks here. So I expect some delay, but we do have a gap here. Look at all these equals. Midnight is here. This is technically not a balanced dealing range because we've got equals here, but I still use it. It still gives me some information. Okay, we need to get over the 2 a.m. candle here. This is 2 o'clock. Open price formed here. Um, Boom. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now I want to see the midpoint of this body here. Monty, it happens sometimes that you have internet issues or some issues. I hope they figure it out for you and that you can get it sorted. And then, start over. It is what it is sometimes. And they should restore your losing evals, I hope. Hey, Zar Trader. Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. 25842. I think I'll trade after 10 o'clock again. Yes, 10 o'clock. I want to go to I need some fresh air after this. Hey, Eddie, how can you identify rock bottom? Well, in this case, and then all credits goes to Net. We could still go down though, but I mean, at some point, if we go over the midpoint of above this candle here, and then this one might be a little bit challenging though, but the logic what Net showed, it was like, it made a lot of sense to me. But I could also see us go down again. But so let's talk about London low and London in this case London low. I wouldn't call this London low though. So the reason I'm a little bit thinking now, because we didn't make the low or the high between 2:30 or 4:30. We made a low just after 4 o'clock, so that's here, right? So we created a high here in London at 4 o'clock. So London high was in. Now that's why I'm thinking, if we don't go over this level right now, this London high will stay intact. And then I'm thinking, are we going to go for this low again? Because on the daily, when we started out the stream, if you can see it, the 0.5 here, we were hovering around that point. Let me go into the daily. It was this week, I mean, it was this week. It was a daily wick, right? If I'm not mistaken. was the 4-hour wick. I think it was a 4-hour wick, maybe. Now I'm confused. Hold on, Eddie. I think it was a 4-hour wick that I was using here. Yeah, here we go. That was it. So this was a situation on the daily. I know the 0.5 was exactly at 0.66. So I didn't see this. I did see the levels of the wick, but I did not do the daily dealing range. So Nat pointed out, okay, she said, no, I think it's a long at some point because 0.5 of the dealing range overlaps with 0.5 of that wick. Now, I was looking at this level here, and I think, oh, okay, we've got on the lower time frame, we've got equal lows and a volume imbalance, so I could see us go lower as well. But it didn't. It felt off for me, so I wasn't interested in a short all the time and how price was behaving. Now, if this would be the low, but the only thing that bothers me is that we made a low at 5 o'clock-ish, so. Normally, when you have a low or high in London, which is formed between 2:30 and 4, a lot of the times we take them out either in New York or in the pre-market. But now we also made a low at 5 o'clock, which is a sort of like different time. And I'm just watching if we take out that high. If not, I'm just thinking the low might not be in. So that's what I'm thinking. So you have to go with something at some point, but then you just have to watch. But a lot of the times when we have a clear London low or high, I don't say daily, or I say, oh, the London low or high is in. But in this case, it was a little bit unclear because we were just, consolidating, going back and forth all the time. But then at this point, if we can use this scenario, and on the daily we are forming the wick to go back up, we could literally say, but we can see it afterwards, it's later today, it was the daily low, not even the London low, but the daily low, which is even, because you're using the midpoint on a very high time frame. So technically, if you talk about premium discount, we just tapped into discount to go back up, right? But we could also go all the way down to 702 and still be in OTE level and still go up, and maybe later next week, right? So technically, it's still possible, but there is a possibility, especially if we take out the high here, that this was the daily low, that we created the daily low here because of the 0.5. So then I would consider this a daily low. If we're going to take out these highs now in pre-market, we are almost in pre-market, yes. Let's see if we are going to reject here, or if we take them, then it's just very bullish, and then we're going to go and take out all those levels. But because technically the market has taken, it went to discount, right, the 0.5 on many, on two different confluences, one of the 4-hour wick and also on the daily OTE level. Look, we're very bullish now, yeah. So, well, if we keep on going up, then again, this will be in play for me, because this was equal high and we left it, and maybe we left it for a reason. It also has to do with time. It's more of like, what did it do around a specific time? Normally, you want to see a London low or high being created between 2:30 and 4, but it wasn't really for me. So we did this around 4, and then we went back down again, and here we made the low at 5. So if we do not take out this high now, I could see us go lower again. But if once we start going up, then I think the low of the day is in. I wouldn't be surprised. But we really need to break this level, this high then. And this fair value gap is a very important one because this is the one that formed in between 1:30 and 2 a.m. Eastern. ICT said this is a very important fair value gap during the London session, and you can see if it rejects here, it gives us a lot of information, right? Because then this was the London high. Well, technically this was the London high, but we're talking about the high that forms between 2:30 and 4 o'clock. So that's not this one, but this created the range, and we broke the range here. We widened the range. But I'm actually inclined to think it's going to break. I mean, it's been setting up the structure, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs. Continuously, this is all engineered liquidity to be taken out. Look how this has been formed after midnight. This is when you see price action like this, but you have to, it just has to be the time right. The time has to be right to take it out. Okay, I'm going to take this off. So it's a lot of if then, what's price doing? Yes, technically it's we went to discount after, but the question is, are we going to go all the way back up from? Are we going to give back everything that we took yesterday? So it's going to make up for all the losses. Let's see what gold is doing. Well, gold looks very bullish as well. Look here, we went into an end walk. In a opening range gap all the way to the bottom, and see if it's bullish enough to keep on going. No, not specifically. If we create a London high, no, it's more like how can I say it? So in this week, for example, we created a London low. I think it was Tuesday, and the only thing, price was hovering around it, and it just created a London, an equal low. And that was the day we took that out on the manipulation move to the downside. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. So we created a London low, and I said I think the London low is in, and it was before 4 o'clock. And how price was behaving, I thought, okay, you know what, the low is in of London. Let's see how price behaves. And I thought because the London low was in, and they created, on the move to the downside, they created a lot of gaps, and I said, well, I'm expecting a move to the upside now. Not that I was bullish, but I just expected, because the London low was formed between 2:30 and 4 o'clock. And what happened, price for a while, it didn't go up, but it just kept on creating liquidity and created an equal low. And I already thought, you know what, it's not going to go below that low, because the London low, and they're going to manipulate that move maybe for a later time. So we did go up. I don't think we broke the London. I can't remember that. But it just really depends on the price. It doesn't always mean, oh, we're going to go for the upper side. But in this case, I'm on S&P. It is important for me to see that they break this high now, because if this is the London high, and if they don't take it, they're creating now, equals almost. They might use this later on when we open up, or 8:13 news candle, or do we have 8:13 news, by the way? So it just gives you more information. For example, now if this is London high, because it's formed between 4 o'clock, before 4 o'clock, right? We're not taking it out. You mark that level, because this is an area which then they manipulate into and maybe go lower. Could be. but or maybe they can manipulate, take it out, lower into OTE level, and then go up. And it's Friday, guys. Friday, I mean, I always make 3 scenarios, and they always play out different. And Friday, I'm always like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't think of that scenario. Friday always, I think the creative market makers come out to play, and they are very creative. So yeah, we have news right at 8:30, but it looks so bullish. 4 PPI, 4 PPI, yes. $5.53. We're in a macro. Hey, Nat, you called it. You called it. It just needed to go one more leg lower, and then it was party time. A lot of people were I mean, I think a lot of people have lost a lot of money going short, still keeping it's short. Now let's see what it's going to do here. We're still respecting this one here. Ik ben long vanaf 25,86. Oeh, nice. What's your TP, Martijn? Hey, is there snow? Is there snow? So you see, we have all these equals now. So they might come down into this wick again, and then later on take out these equal highs. And we've got wickless candles here, equals again. It looks very bullish, in all honesty. But if you have these wicks, it sometimes takes a little bit of time. Yeah, scalper. I tried a couple of longs, and I got stopped out. I'm just paper trading right now. Yes, I had a very one good long at some point finally, after here, somewhere in this area. I think it was here up to, can't remember. I think it was near somewhere around here till here. I think I took it from, who was it? I have to look into it. But anyway, I was the long, and now we're just, I guess, not ready to move further at the moment. Which is okay. Oh, you just woke up? Yeah. A lot of people were short. They were short because of, obviously, it looked like we were going to get a daily, a 4-hour and a 1-hour distribution. I could see that, and then Nat pointed out that the 0.5, the midpoint, matched exactly with the daily 50%, and it seems that we're rejecting right now of it, but. We could still go lower and take this out and go into this wick and then still go up, but we have to be open to all. We technically were in discount, so we could have enough ammo for a move to the upside. So, what time is it? 1 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock already. Any question, guys? I think I'm going to. I mean, it's interesting to still watch. Are we going to? Is this the question? Is now the main question, and and free market, you just mark what's price doing right now. Are we forming equal highs? We have one low here. Is this the daily low because we hit the 0.5 of the OTE of the daily OTE level? Now price could go lower because we still have a volume imbalance here and equals as well on what time frame was that I saw that? Was that 1 hour? Let me see. We did create, yes, so here we also have equal lows here on the 1 hour, so just below this volume imbalance, so I can see both. But yeah, just watch what price is doing because you have equal lows on the 1 hour here, but also equal lows on the lower time frame to the upside. Yes, Eddie, I will definitely trade again today, but I just want more information to enter in on my account. And if not, I'm fine to wait until after mid-February. I'm not taking any risk. If I'm wrong all the time and I just, I'm just not feeling it, or I have some issues with if OBS gives me a hard time, or TradingView, whatever, I'm just very careful. Again, every time when you see a range like this, I mean, even though it doesn't take out a high or a low, just use the OTE levels. It does give you some clarity. People can give you shit for it, but just tells you where's the midpoint. And again, here you see that 0.62 is exactly the bottom of the new week opening range gap, of the opening range gap. So it might go all the way there and then go back up. But yeah. Yeah, there's news. You should watch Forex Factory and have it on your. But it's 8:30. I love 8:30 news candles. We have PPI today. PPI, and what else do we have? FOMC member speaking. That's it. But on the 1 minute, we can see a market maker. This is a market maker model, right? Sell side, buy side. We could be done. But on the higher time frame, if you have a higher, it's all fractal, right? If we have a higher time frame model, we have a low. You want a breaker here, and then this is your market maker. This is another one. Now it looks a bit weird though. This looks more like consolidation, to be honest, on the higher time frame. Consolidation with a lot of equals. It's nice. Equals high. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go have a nice walk on the beach. Thank you, Mai. Welcome to the family. Yeah, I'll see you guys back at 10 o'clock. We'll see if we get any TGIF because it's interesting. Also look at the monthly before, compare the monthly levels, the TGIF levels with the weekly and see if there's any overlap. And especially when they fall together on the 1 day, it can be very interesting. So I think we're going to get a nice volatile day. So, okay, guys, I'll see you later. Take care. You know where to find. The Discord. I want to say everybody knows where to find me in the Discord, but I don't think I shared the Discord link today. Let me quickly add that in the Discord. Anyone, in case I am not available or something is wrong with the internet, it's easier for me to quickly go on Discord on my phone and say, hey guys, I can't go on because I've got an internet issue. It's also a way just to keep communicating Let me just quickly. There we go. Did I not put it in? I thought I put it in or not. Did I put it in? No, I did not. Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Here we go. Oh, we're going up. I like what I'm seeing. I like it. I'm actually thinking that might play. I might. I'm very interested in this level here, 355. So I know it's still a long way to go, but look how powerful it is and what we're doing right now. So that got me yesterday. That's why I missed that short, because I was a little bit looking at this and I didn't look well enough to see that we were rejecting it. But I'm wondering if we're going up, and then it might do it in Asia or something, because it's. But I think we might go all the way. Well, let's see. I'm not getting in. I'm not going to position myself because it's Friday. I'm just going to have a day at the beach. If I put on a trade right now and I leave it, even though it has a stop, I feel very uncomfortable. I want to monitor my trade. I just want to monitor everything. But let's see if we can take our previous week high. But I like it. I like it. We took out this high already here. Oh no, we did not take out this high yet. This is important, by the way. This is the high that formed in my 150 to 210 macro. Here, this high. I mark it always between two yellow lines because it gives you a lot of information. If we really go over this line, then it's like, I think we're off to the races. 605. Now we are creating a lot of wicks and gaps, so expect also price to go down again before going up. But that's it, guys. Just be careful. It's Friday. Just wait till you have confirmation. But who knows? Maybe this was the daily low. We will know soon. Okay, no more questions before I let you go. No more? Okay. Okay, guys, I'll see you at 10. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And it's always a pleasure. It's my pleasure. And I'll see you soon again. Ciao, ciao. Enjoy your day. Touch some grass.